Hello, Internet. How's everybody doing? I have not shot a video in quite a few time. I feel like my channel maybe has derailed from what I had originally wanted to put as content, which was my lovely avocado trees. And one thing I did realize was that after the people that put the fence up, they did plant casaba plants and they did it properly this time. So if I go over there, I can tell my boy Nick actually has a book that has that shows like the barks of different trees and like what they're supposed to look like. But based on the fact that I did have a cassava tree or a cassava plant prior, I can tell which ones are the cassava ones and which ones aren't just by looking at them. I really don't have much to say, and I don't feel like crying today. Instead, I feel like maybe just logging my thoughts, I guess, if there are none, if there are any, I should say. I want to start by giving thanks to all the ones at home. That would include Mama Vilma, Papa Alex, the Queen, and the Princess. There has been a little bit of turmoil here and there, but that's expected. I don't want to, essentially say, oh, this, and that. So I'm just going to try to keep it, I guess, as censored as possible. And just think in a positive light. I mean, I'm blessed. It's a beautiful day outside. I did do a couple of chores. I did realize that the machine to wash the dishes, there's a problem with it. I sent a recording of it to the Queen because it's having a problem completing the drying cycle. Instead, it shows blue, which, in order for it to be completely dry, is supposed to be in red letters. But it was showing blue and it was making a beeping noise. And I think that's what's been happening for the last couple of nights, because in the mornings when I wake up to take the dishes out, I notice that there is no there's no red, like a red warning saying that the dishes are dried and sanitized. So I'm guessing that has something to do with it. I don't know exactly what the problem is. I mean, the dishwasher is a little bit old, so that might have something to do with it. Since nobody sees my videos, which is okay, I am very, truly, deeply sorry, Laura, because I cannot find the pair of classics that you gifted me, which I absolutely loved. Like, I wore them every single day to the point where they started getting, like worn, like the bottom, like the sole of it. And I don't know what happened to it. And then in Spanish, there's a saying that I learned. It says, amigos, no hay amigos. Tu único amigo es un billete en tu bolsillo. And I actually had to learn that the hard way. There's a buddy of mine who, he's done me, I guess you could say, dirt in the past. But I always forgave him because I've had too many friends pass away, and it was just a difference of acknowledging them, and just at the very least loving them from far. And and two close friends died. At least one of them I was still talking to. I talked to him up until the night that he passed. I think it was December 8th, which was Saturday, 2017. We talked, and then his mom found him on the 9th. So, bless his soul. The other young lady that I used to talk to, I stopped talking to her because, again, she did me dirt, and I kind of I held it against her. But then if I would have realized that she was going to die within a couple months, I would not have done that. So with that being said, my buddy who did me dirt, I'm just going to have to learn to love, but from afar, because there's a thing that says, if I'm not mistaken, Maya Angelou said it. She says that if you want to make friends, you have to be friendly towards others, but at the same time, you have to hold a special place within your heart so that others cannot, take advantage of you and, do wrongful things towards you, because that is not a friend. No matter how much you try to be friendly towards them. So it kind of worked out because this buddy of mine that, I said I was going to be a friend from far, I shared the news with somebody, and it turns out that they had the same kind of feelings towards him, and as a result of that, I ended up making out really well, in the sense that, they saw what I went through, and let's just put it this way, I guess you could say I was awarded, which I wasn't expecting it. I just figured just let him be, and wish him the best with him and his girl. But yeah, that's that. Let's stop talking about that. Let's continue talking about other things. Mariah had a field trip yesterday. So that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, since I don't have a debit card and I only have PayPal, I had to pay an extra $4 just to deposit the money and then be able to transfer it. I have to try to keep all the receipts that I can with Mariah, because even though Mom lives here, and the other day I asked Mariah, not including cafeteria lunch, how many times do you think it is that that me or Papa Alex feed you? I was thinking a modest number, maybe 1 or 2, and she said 4. But she's a child, and also she shouldn't be involved in any of this, so I'll just leave it at that. Everything, adult problems should remain for amongst adults. Children do not need to be exposed to that kind of those kind of problems and those type of situations, because they're children. They need to enjoy their childhood as much as they can. But I've been watching a lot of videos. One channel is called City Nerd, and the other channel is called I think it's called Just for Bikes. And they're very interesting channels because they discuss the fact that where we live is a car-centric society, and essentially that creates an environment where people do not have interactions with one another. We have these things called stroads, which is a mixture of a road and a highway, which are not welcoming at all to pedestrians, and they're actually very dangerous, as a matter of fact. And it's actually been proven that they say you have two lots and they're both the same amount of like let's just say square feet, but one lot is a Taco Bell. So you have the space for the actual building where for the Taco Bell itself, but because it's a car-centric society, they have to build a whole bunch of parking spaces. And now because they build those parking spaces, it's very hard for like a pedestrian to want to like, just walk up there and, conduct business. And then they did the same study with the same amount of square feet, but they did it with like a style of like a city style, not suburbia. And they realized that when city planners build within their square feet something that's pedestrian friendly and that is more inviting to locals and for people just to walk and bike and stuff like that, the actual GDP of that lot is actually greater than the GDP of a lot that is car centric. So that's why, according to the video, it says that's why a lot of cities here in North America are going bankrupt, because they're not pedestrian friendly. They're not oriented for people to like walk around, do window shopping, excuse me, my nose, window shopping, and essentially spend more time there, and that in turn will cause them to probably spend more money. But there's a princess. Let's see if she wants to say hello. Okay, she closed the door. But anyways, I'm gonna cut this video short. I'm gonna try to see if I can put links on to some of those videos that I mentioned, because they're very interesting. They talk about the differences of like suburbia, which is something that if you don't have a car, you are SHIT out of luck. And also cars are expensive. They depreciate in value. You have to maintain their upkeep, so that right there, that's money out of your pocket just to maintain the car in good running condition. You have to spend money on gas. It's just a whole lot. And then not to mention that when you have a car, you're gonna have people around you who don't have a car, and those are going to be the people that are always going to be asking you, oh, can I get a ride here? Can I get a ride there? And trust me, I've been through it. It is not a nice feeling, because if you say no, automatically you're a bad person. If you try to explain to them that that's not something that's needed, automatically they say, oh yeah, but they come up with excuses. A lot of people, they don't understand the differences between a need and a want. And then that creates a lot of problems in general. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. May peace and love be with every one of you. And if it's not too much to ask, that you might be kind to one another. Thank you.